Hi there, this is video 7.7, and we are going to introduce the Vertex graphing form type. Now, the equations of parabolas come in two general forms. They could be in the Vertex graphing form, which is this: y is equal to a bracket x minus b squared plus q, or they could be in the standard form, where y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. The x's and y's are always going to be there in your equations. What changes are the values of the a's, the p's, and q's, and I guess the b's and c's. All of that stuff changes, and as that changes, the shape is going to change too. So instead of me just telling you everything, we're going to do a little bit of an experiment in this video. So we're going to explore the first one, the Vertex graphing form, and we're going to use Desmos. Okay, Desmos is an amazing thing. I'm sure we've been using it already in other chapters, so this shouldn't be anything too scary. Just give me a minute while I change my screen here. Okay, so what we're going to do, and it's going to be weird because I keep looking down at my sheet, even though you can't see it, but you have the matching sheet at home, so it's all good. So go to desmos.com, calculator, okay, and we're going to type in the equation. So we go y equals, whoopsies, guess click there, y equals a bracket x minus p. Now, don't worry about this, but to get the squared thing, because if you put a 2 now, I'm not sure what it does. It doesn't make it squared, I know that much. You have to go down to this little keyboard in the bottom left-hand corner, or keypad, and you click on the a squared, and it does the squared for you. And then you go plus q, and then it says add sliders, and you go yep. And what it does is adds 3 little sliders, so you can adjust these values however you want, rather than typing in a whole bunch of equation and seeing what happens every single time. We can just use a slider. That was my last assignment. This one is much better. All right, so it says before we get started, we should make a equal to 1 and p equal to 0 and q equals 0. Oh, there we go. All right, so that, oh, hold on. I make this a little bit better for you guys. Projector mode, none of that. All right, there. Now it's easier, even easier to see. So this is the general parabola shape I want you to get used to. So it opens up, and I don't know how you're going to remember it. I remember it because it goes through the points 1 on 1 on both sides. So it kind of gives me an idea of what my curve's looking like. Now, we've got everything set up on our page. It says use the slider to change the value of a. So if I make a equal, oh, let's make it equal to 2. You can see what happened? And then make it equal to 3. And I can make it equal to a whole bunch of things. Look at that. So you can make it equal to 10. Now, so generally what's happening there? So the higher it gets, what's happening to our parabola? It's starting out like this, and it's getting, okay, the word I use is more and more narrow. I consider this flat and this narrow. Okay, so if we start out at 10 and we go, move the slider down, you can see it's going down, and the parabola is getting wider and wider and pretty wide. Oh, okay, here's a hint. When a is equal to 0, it's not a parabola anymore. But when it goes negative, isn't that cool? Look at that. It goes upside down. And this is my favorite part of Desmos, is you can actually click on this slider and it will essentially run a weird little video, or I don't know what you'd call it, an app or something, that it'll keep doing that. And I'm going to stop that because that's just way too much fun. Okay, so as the value of A increases, what did we say happened? We said it becomes more and more, the parabola becomes more narrow. I guess it'd be narrower, but I already wrote more narrow. Okay, so that's what you're writing down on yours. When A is positive, the parabola opens which way? Well, when A is positive, it opens up. And when it goes negative, it opens down. Okay, so let's put that back to 1 where it's supposed to be, right? That's our general one that we were going to mess around with. And then it says use the slider to change the value of P. So if I change P, oh, there you go. Look at that. It appears to move horizontally. Let's see. Hey, cool. I don't even have to do anything. Okay. I guess I'm way too excited about those sliders. It's just fun. All right. What happens? The parabola moves horizontally. So if you're clever, I want you to guess what happens. We mess around with Q. Let's see. Exactly. Q moves it vertically. So that's the answer to the last question. And there we go. That is the end of the video. Thank you, Desmos. Thank you, students, for joining me. And that should shut off. And it's not.